And hello everybody, I'm HellHouse20 of YouTube, HellHouse Fails at Minecraft with Tumblr, and welcome back to Creation Island. Finally! I am so sorry guys, it's taken me so long to record another episode. But wouldn't you know, these monster statues take quite a while to make when you're not focused. Anyway, as you can see, I am on top of Red's little Triton here. And today, we are going to see all the monsters on the island. And I hate to say this, because it's more like I'm fangirling at the moment. Every monster here is somebody famous, so far. And I'm adding new monsters every now and again. And of course, sometimes new robots. So, let's get this thing started, huh? I'm very hyper right now. I haven't had coffee in a long time, and my mind's a little messed up at the moment. Anyway, I do hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I didn't, sadly. So, let's get started. Obviously, we have Red here. One of the youngest big monsters, but he's not the youngest monster in total. The youngest ones would be Little Z, also known as Kiddo. You'll see why later on. And then Sips and Shin's monsters from the Yogscast. Theirs are still very much babies, so they're very young at the moment. As I said, every monster on this island is basically a famous person, and then some, like, normal people. So, let's go this way. I did not really finish the turrets, I'm afraid. It takes a long while to make those, and I'm not using World Edit to copy-paste them. So I have to build each of these by hand. Oh no, don't go downstairs, no! Okay, so, we're at the first monster! And most likely my second favorite. All I can say is, sorry Sky, you're number 2 for a lot of things. Okay, if you must know, this island has its nuisances. It has its problems, obviously. If you've seen Jurassic Park 3, you know that the biggest annoyance is the Spinosaurus, the giant dinosaur that chases the group relentlessly. And I wanted to add something like that to this island, so I made a monster, and also picked a Minecraft skin that would be perfect for it. Now before I turn around and show you the monster, you might notice that 2 of these turrets are turned around. If there's a monster prone to being, aggressive or violent? Mostly aggressive. The turrets are turned around and aimed at the monster and wherever they nest, just in case. They never shoot at the monster unless it's absolutely necessary. So these guys are turned around, and if needed, they will turn back around to shoot at whatever's attacking the island. That's why these turrets are here. These monsters aren't the threat. They're being protected here. And unlike in Jurassic Park or any other island incident kind of movie, the people who own the island don't press their ego onto the creatures. So these creatures have more freedom than the T-Rex. A lot more freedom. So I'm going to turn around and we're going to see who this monster is. Just FYI, each of them have code names. So this one is called Z. And you might have heard me say Z a lot in my previous episodes. Ta-da! My arms are up in the air. Goal! This is Z, aka Sky Does Minecraft, and he is me and my nephew's favorites. Nope, wrong color. Now, before I actually made him green wool, but then the update came along and I thought, you know what? The green wool's nice and all, but it's too vibrant, too cartoony for his color. Whenever I draw the character, I actually draw this guy a lot. But whenever I draw him, he's always a gray-toned kind of green. So I changed it to stained clay. Now you might have noticed a little bit, there's a hole in his head. Why? Well, there's dispensers in his mouth. And yes, Sky has a mouth! Finally! Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna be, changing it to day on my own. I actually have a system installed that I built that'll keep it daytime until I break the redstone. So, these dispensers are on a blink system, but sadly I can't use hoppers to refill them because freaking redstone, I can't do it. So it's just a basic blink system, and the lever turns it on and off. So if I were to turn this on right now, and sadly Z's power is fire. He breathes fire, and just for laughs he breathes gold fire. I'm not gonna correct myself there. Please don't. But he breathes gold fire, but because he would be catching those things on fire and blowing them up, I changed him to snowballs. So let's turn this on. I'm gonna lag, so... What are you doing? I didn't think this would be funny. It is. He's got like full 16 by 16 stacks of snowballs in his mouth. And he'll keep going until it's empty. Oh, it's empty. Would you look at that? So let me turn this off. Turn off. Turn off. Thank you. So he can breathe snowballs instead of fire. Pointer, each monster has 3 powers that they're limited to. The original monsters had more than that, but we wanted to tone it down so they wouldn't be too damn powerful. So if I can list these off, Z's main attack is fire, obviously. His second attack is mostly a defense. It's electricity. What he does is when there's electricity in the air or there's lightning, these spikes on his back actually click together and they rattle, and it lets us know that he's absorbing electricity. And then he can use it in any way he wants. He can breathe it out of his mouth, or he can channel it through his hands, just like King Kong did in Godzilla vs. King Kong. I'm a monster nerd, okay? Get off my back. I just got the biggest grin right now. I love this. And then his emergency power, his last resort, if you will, if he's like kind of backed against the wall, if that's even possible, he's huge, is boiling water. That's one of his abilities. He's a great swimmer, so if he is forced into a corner, I guess, the fire that he breathes turns into heat for his own body, and he boils up water before he sprays it out. And yes, he sprays it out of his mouth. He doesn't spray it out of his nose. Ew. So anyway, we're moving on to my favorite monster of them all. It's my favorite design. And overall my favorite. But Sky's still my nephew's favorite, so I gotta partner with him there. So the next monster is somewhat of a heartwarming kind of monster if you think about it. Oh, yep, see? Didn't finish the turrets. And the reason I say heartwarming is because this guy, he's my favorite YouTuber, sort of. But his monster has a little more heart to it. He's a little more caring, I guess you could say, because the monster we cloned him from was female. Sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry at all. I am not sorry at all. So, I'm gonna turn around, we're gonna see him, and then I'll explain. Captain Sparkles, ladies and gentlemen! Yes! No! No, 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 no. Dang it. Type. Speak English. Jeez. I hate it when it rains. Well, we're in a jungle biome. It's gonna turn to day again soon. I got a system set up. So, I made Captain Sparkles some sort of whale creature. I don't know what this is, to be honest. I really don't know. So this is Captain Sparkle's monster, or his code name is Cappy, and I was so bored when I made that name. I just thought, you know what, I can't think of anything clever, so I'm just gonna take Captain and cut in half. So we have Cappy. He does have a damaged ear, as you can notice. Thing to know about Cappy, he's a bit, I want to say moody. He's really, really moody. He's like the polar opposite of Z, who's on the other side of the mountain there. So, Cappy's main power is ice. Then his secondary power is obviously water. And he also boils water, but he doesn't spray it out. He shoots out like globs of water, little water balloons. Come on, turn it to day. And then his last resort, if, again, he's pressed back into a corner, which is quite often because him and Z butt heads quite a bit. Their territories are right next to each other. See? His very last resort is poison. He's actually very, very poisonous. But doesn't really do anything. You might notice the giant headgear. The headgear. Oh man, I am not sorry for this. I really like the Triton idea. Basically, Cappy here has a very, very strong and thick skull. I'm not saying that he's stupid. He's actually very intelligent. But he's got a very thick skull. And if needed, he will use that Triton and his own head as a weapon. And that's something you don't want to get in front of. He smashed through many walls, I can tell you that. So, I don't know what he is in general. All I can say is he is my absolute favorite. And I can't stop drawing him, which is sad. So, Captain Sparkles, ladies and gentlemen, he's a fish. Or a lizard, or something. I don't know what he is. And my mom's walking around in her boots. Oh, where's he headed? From the looks of it, he's heading towards here. And I hope the slime is still there. Is he there? No, he despawned. How ironic. And this is why I said he is the most heartwarming monster. Unlike the others, he actually has a maternal instinct that kicks in a lot. I don't know what that green thing there is. And to test it out, we gave him a slime. And he immediately took to it. He keeps it with him, he protects it, and also they kind of work together. The slime makes noise, which draws in animals that would want to, kill it and, I guess, eat it. I don't know. And then he gets free food. He kills the creature and eats it, and then shares whatever he kills with the slime. So it's a win-win situation for both. I gotta break that sign, because this is Cappy's territory. It's his cave. His den. Not work in progress. It's done. I'm not good with terraforming. I'm sorry. I'm not good with terraforming, as you can see. Me and my friend Revolver built this, and not so great. There's just a lot of creepers in there. So yeah, that's his den. That's where he lives. As you can see, his territory butts heads with Z's, who's that mountain over there. And they both hunt their main diet, which is squid, lol, in this little area here. This is why I said that we need a lot of squid around the island. 80% of the monsters that live on this island eat squid. So that really wasn't intentional, and I didn't do that on purpose, to be honest. That was very much an accident. So, moving on, let's see. The turrets are going to show up again, and we're going to see some more monsters. Here we are. Okay, I have my own monster. I've got to have my own monster. I am a huge monster nerd. Godzilla, Gamera, King Kong. Wait, no, not King Kong. I am not a fan of King Kong. It kind of sucked, if you ask me. Even the new one, I didn't like it. I'm getting rid of that, because it's never going to be nighttime here. So, I made my own monster. And this one kind of hits home. Right in the feels for me. When I first started making monster Minecrafter characters, I asked my own boyfriend, what monster would I be? And this was before I had to redesign everybody. he said my favorite Godzilla. Not Godzilla monster, Godzilla himself. And that would be Godzilla 2000. That is my favorite one, aka Millennium. And I love Godzilla 2000, and I went with it so quickly. So quickly. I loved it. So I had like fire-shaped spikes, and so did Z. He actually he actually looked like Godzilla vs. Gigan, the one with the pudgy lips or muzzle. But okay, I'm just gonna flat out say it, and I deeply apologize to Sky Does Minecraft for this. I got him into huge trouble with the Godzilla fandom over on Tumblr. All I can say right now is you don't have to worry about that. I talked with the fandom, and they backed off as soon when I mentioned my idea, which was create my own monsters. Whoa, mouse. Create my own monsters for this series, and they backed off. They were perfectly okay with that. They're not angry anymore, but they are kind of watching me now. All I can say is the Godzilla fandom over on Tumblr is somewhat of a fandom Nazis. Some of them are, not all of them. Now, as you can see, there is a turret pointed at my monster, who looks like a hellhound. Every time I draw a hellhound, I give him the giant goat horns. I don't know why. But this turret is probably the most damaged one, because my monster is always prone to being aggressive. She is constantly angry. Except near that guy over there, which we'll see in a bit. So this one is damaged, it's aged, it's all that. I guess, like, finally my monster snapped and attacked the turret. Personally, I would do that myself. Oh, wait a minute. Why is she wearing that? We're both wearing that. Only difference is I don't have the chain in view. That's a life pendant that I made when I was in a jewelry class. I made a little pendant that I called the life pendant. I have anxiety problems, so I wear these necklaces that I can hold on to. Like right now I'm wearing a glow stick and I'm holding on to it, and it's actually very, very comforting for me. So I made a life pendant a long time ago, but then my mom started wearing it and it stopped comforting me. But my skin wears the life pendant. So anyway, we're gonna move on now to the next monster. This one also hits home, but not in the sense of like pissing me off like this one did. This, if you must know, oh boy, someone's walking around. This, if you must know, is my nephew. Now, if you've seen my Surviving and Failing series, and I'm not trying to promote that or anything, but if you've seen the latest episode, some of you would know that my nephew isn't doing too well right now. He is in the hospital. I'm still very much glad that he's not in Seattle. No offense to anybody who lives there, but I promised him a long time ago I would take him to Seattle myself. So anyway, this is his skin that I found and edited for him. He looks like Pedo Bear, but So the monster's nickname is Teddy. Obviously it's gonna be Teddy Bear or something. But his real name is Caleb. But his nickname is Gummy Bear, which I think is absolutely hilarious because his favorite food is sour gummy worms, and I am not sorry for that because I'm the one who introduced him to those. I'm not sorry at all. Best days of our lives. I'm just gonna give you that right now. So anyway, he's not a made-up monster at all. If you play D&D or Neverwinter Nights or any RPG game that has druids in them, because I'm always a druid, there's a spirit animal that the druids can turn into or have as a companion called the dire bear. There's also the dire wolf. For some reason there's a dire shark, a spider, a badger, I think there's a panther. But there's all these animals and they're called dire animals. And I mean like D-I-R-E, dire. And they're covered in spikes and armor, natural armor. When I was younger, I thought it was bark, like tree bark, but it wasn't. I'm always a druid, so I know the dire animals a lot better than a lot of other people. I could be wrong. I don't really care. So I thought, you know what? I can't make up a monster for my nephew. So why don't I use something that I love for somebody I love as well? That sounded a little weird. So I turned him into a dire bear. He's not a made-up monster. He's a pre-existing creature turned into a giant monster, just increased. And here we have it. When I showed this to, oh god damn it, people are walking around. Great. So when I showed this to 94 Revolver, he said he looks like he's reaching for something in the forest. So I went over to one of these trees and put cocoa beans in the trees. Because not only does he like sour gummy worms, he naturally likes chocolate. And when I make him his birthday pancakes, FYI, he calls me Pancake because I make him pancakes for his birthday whenever I can. I usually put chocolate chips in them, time to time. So it's obvious that he would reach for cocoa beans, though this tree's a little off. He's actually reaching for the bush, but oh well. I like it. He's not very powerful. I'm gonna give you that. He's about the same age as Red, which in human years is 10 months. No, 5 months. But in monster years, that's 10 years old. When Caleb, IRL, is 7. Keep fighting, little buddy. I really want my chatterbox back. So anyway, we're gonna move on. Now this monster actually kind of cracks me up a little. He was a late add-in. I'm gonna give you that. And me and my friends, Kate Kip and 94 Revolver, we are big fans of Markiplier, and I did not make this monster as a gift to him. It was just a stupid idea and somewhat of a suggestion. So I'm just gonna ask this flat out. Am I the only one who looks at Markiplier's hair and instantly start thinking of a shark? I mean, his hair is pointed up in the air. He looks like a shark. So I made a monster for him called Typhoon. That's his code name. But we have another name for him when we're talking in chat. So here's his monster. He is a tiger shark. We believe he is his species is a distant cousin of whatever Red and Cappy are. They're both the same, by the way. Same people they were cloned from. So Cappy is actually a younger version of Captain Sparkles. I just crack up at that, like, what the hell? So, this is Markiplier's monster. His feet and hands are the weirdest ones. They look like, the hands of the Arbiter. You know, elite. The weird looking hands. So, he has another name. Hey, look, it's Markashark. That's what we call him, Markashark. And it fits him. Every time I build a statue, I always get the face wrong, so I'm glad me and my friend fixed that. Well, actually, I fixed it. He just found out for me. So I made it look like he was somewhat sunbathing and kind of floating around. I don't know what I was doing with this. I was very bored at the moment. And I'm not sorry, but I messed up his smile and gave him teeth. Look at these teeth. Chompers. So Markiplier has a monster. Yay. His nickname is Typhoon. I didn't explain the powers for the other ones. Crap. Crap. Let me fly over to mine, just to explain. So, if you must know, my monster has somewhat of the same abilities as Z. My character also breathes fire, but her second power isn't fire at all. I can't really explain what it is. I believe I'm trying not to make things sound fantasy-like, like a monster using shadows, which is very weird to me, if you ask me. But, I think her second ability is ice. So fire and ice. That's usually the thing about me. I like being a character that has balanced powers with two elements that are not compatible with each other. Fire and ice, and then my backup is, I believe magnetics. And I'll explain the colors in the mouth later. So that's my powers. Gummy Bear, I don't think he has powers, aside from digging. So, I'm just gonna leave that there. Typhoon's powers is a little fuzzy to me. I want to say it's plasma, but I can't really describe it. He shoots this, what is it? It was in Gamera vs. Gauss, the first Gamera vs. Gauss. Gauss is like this giant flying creature, and he shoots this beam, which is a concentrated laser that's basically a scalpel. It cuts things. So I call it the laser knife or something. I don't know what to call it. So Markiplier shoots a laser knife or something. I don't know. So that's his main power. His second power is obviously water. But he doesn't spray boiling hot water at all. And then his final power, I want to say vocalization, but it's not. It's not sound. What is it? Crap. I can't remember. Crap. Wait, no, it is sound. It is sound. His last resort is sound. And it's kind of a play on the fact that Markiplier screams a lot. I am not sorry for any of this. I'm just gonna say it right there, right now. I'm not sorry for anything in this video. It's just really hard to keep track of what powers each monster has. So yeah, that's Markashark. So anyway, you might have noticed some figures hovering. Yeah, that thing right there. That's another monster we're going to. Someone's walking around. Great. So this is actually my friend Kate Kip. No! Enough with the rain. Dang it. I hate it when it rains. So this is my friend Kate Kip. And at the moment she's actually skinned with a Mudkip hoodie because of a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. But she was originally designed to be Gauss, as I explained earlier, but then I changed her to be some sort of flying creature, and her code name is Ink. And just FYI, these aren't horns or spikes. I'm sad to say this, but the only way I can describe what they are is water balloons with a stinger at the end. So these things are actually packed with poison. They are very poisonous. It's like water balloon quills. That's all I can think of. I don't know what to call them. I honestly don't. So anyway, moving on. This guy was the hardest one to make. I'm just saying that right now. And from the looks of it, he's actually hunting Cappy himself. That was intentional. This guy does not know who he can and can't hunt, and he doesn't care. But this is my friend Revolver's monster named Skull, as you can see. The fire is not really meant to be there. It's supposed to be like some sort of glowing effect on his head, like natural glow, like glowing stuff. But this armor is actually bone. Well, metallic bones. He's got metal bones. And then the white bits are supposed to be regular bones. Kate's power, I believe, is poison, first one, but it's more like a smoke kind of poison. Sound, and then her last resort is wind. And by wind, I mean she flaps her wings as hard as she can. And that's it. Skull here, his main power is gravity, believe it or not. His shoulders and his and his eyes shoot out these rays that kind of push your monsters around, but also electrocutes them at the same time. His second power is known as corruption, or vile. Not bile, vile with a V. What it does is it kind of, it's sort of like a hallucination kind of, I want to say drug, but it's not. But it causes a monster to hallucinate and become corrupted. It messes up their mind. He's used it on quite a few monsters, and that royally pisses me off. And then his last resort is fire, believe it or not. So, yeah. Where is he? Where is he? Where's Red? He's over here. As I'm talking, I'm doing a weird face. I do it a lot. So that's the monsters. This is taking a long video. I am so sorry, guys. Oh yeah, that's my horse. I believe that's Honey Bun. What horse is this? What horse is this? Honey Bun. Yeah, that's Honey Bun. That's my horse. If I could have a horse in reality, it would be named Honey Bun. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna show you guys the robot. We only have one robot because the other two in a story that me and my friends were working on were destroyed while defending the facility. So we gotta go over to the hangar. I'm just gonna flat out say it. The other two robots were gonna be Minecraft Universe and, for some very weird reason, Bebop Vox. But as you can see by these two monuments, they're gone. So this is the only robot we have. He's very terrifying, but we don't use him for fighting monsters. We use these robots to protect the monsters. Dang it, go away. Let me move something. There we go. So these robots aren't used for fighting monsters at all. They're used to protect the island and the monsters that live on it. They're not for offense, they're for defense. And a little bit of offense too. So this is the only one we have. He's based on a character that I have called Rahiba. I don't know what that translates to in other languages. I'm sorry if it's a bad word or something. But he's basically a character that lives in the ether. Ether, I don't know what to call it. He's got demon armor on, and he's really, really badass if you ask me. All robots are powered with like this core of lava in their head. That's where all the electronics and everything is in their heads, while the pilots are in the chest, and then the engineers that keep this guy running are in the stomach. I just pointed out their weaknesses. Oh my god. So anyway, these two. Minecraft Universe robot, rest in peace, was destroyed while on duty protecting the island's monsters. And then Bebop Fox robot, rest in peace, was destroyed during an island assault. Like I said, there's like quite a few stories and role plays that I do with my friends who actually work on the island, and I believe we've established, or we haven't really established yet, to be honest, but we've established that 2 of the robots have been destroyed. My fault. Just gonna blame that on me. I'm the one who killed them. Get out of here. Come on, let me out. So anyway, that's it. That's all we got. And go up this way as usual. Oh, flying. How'd I land? Lag. So anyway, guys, this has been Creation Island. What are they doing up there? I don't know. This has been Creation Island, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so sorry that I didn't put it out soon enough. Oh, there's a setup up there. Anyway, I'm really sorry I haven't really been recording episodes. The family issue has been coming up so much that all my focus has been poured into that. So anyway, I am Helens20 of YouTube, Helens Fails in Minecraft of Tumblr. This has been Creation Island, and oh, Oh, I almost forgot. I almost completely forgot. I have a second blog. And it's all about these monsters here. Quite literally called Godzilla Minecrafters. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below. If you guys want to ask that blog questions, go on ahead. Each of these monsters are characters on there. They are just ideas. They're not real. It's not the actual characters. I don't mean to imposter anybody, but these are just characters. They're just for fun. They're not real. So whatever question they answer or however they answer, it's not reflecting on the real people. So anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it was so long. I haven't recorded Creation Island in a while, so it kind of makes sense. Plus I've been showing off all these monsters. I'm just gonna dance on Red's head. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Personally, I really don't want to end this series with just a few episodes. So if you guys have any ideas for this island, and you want me to add anything, or you want to be a monster or an employee, let me know. I am open for ideas. I'll see you guys later. Bye!